It's time for another Debt Snowball update. Hi, and welcome back. I'm Kamika, and this is Well Balanced Wallet, where I help you create healthy money habits and live a life that you love on your current budget. So, this is the first Debt Snowball update for 2020, and I'm kind of excited to talk about what happened this month. So, our budget was pretty normal this month, and we actually came in under budget for all of our categories, or right at the budget for all of our categories, and any extra money that we had, we put into the category for our debt snowball. Being that we paid off our car loan in the month of December, the only debts that we have left are the collections and our home loan. So just to give you a recap on our collections, we owe $6,741, and it's all for medical collections. We don't have anything else in collections, just medical debt. And this money is split between 4 different debt collectors. And I wasn't really sure what direction to go in as far as getting these debts paid off, who to pay, if we really owe these debts. And I just had so many questions. So I searched Google on what you're supposed to do to get medical debt paid and removed off of your credit report. So the first thing that I found was to pull your credit report to see exactly what's on there. And so that's what I did. We got my husband's credit report here, and it's pretty thick. But, and the medical debt is in his name, by the way. It's not in my name. So we pulled the credit report, and we got the true picture, which is $6,741. We figured out the 4 debt collection agencies that we owe this money to, and we kind of just came up with a plan on what we're going to do to get this debt paid and removed from the credit report if possible. So as I mentioned, the $6,741 is split between 4 debt collection agencies. So agency number 1, we owe $3,735. Agency number 2, we owe $1,667. Agency number 3, we owe $1,266. And agency number 4, we owe $73. So after we figured that out, the next step that we found on Google was to send a debt validation letter to the credit agencies. And we don't know how well this is going to work, so we decided to start with debt collection agency number 4 since it has the smallest balance. We found a sample debt validation letter online and decided to use that as a starting point, and we updated it and added our information, and we took out some things that we didn't think were necessary to leave in our letter. But we made sure we were very clear about needing to know the amount of debt, the name of the creditor, which is the original place that we owed the debt to, and any supporting documents that they had to prove that we actually owe this debt. Once we did that, we printed off the letter, we grabbed the address from the credit report, and we headed to the post office to have the letter sent certified, so we'll know exactly when they get it, and we can be expecting a follow-up letter from them after that. And just as a tip, never sign these things. Don't include any phone number or email address or anything like that. Keep it strictly to paper mail. So that is done. The letter is sent off. The company has received the letter, and we're just waiting on them to respond. And I'm not sure what we're gonna do if they don't respond, but I will deal with that if we hadn't heard anything by the middle or end of February. Depending on what type of letter we receive back, we'll either pay the $73 or a lesser amount, as long as they agree to stop reporting to the credit bureaus and to remove the debt from my husband's credit report. If they don't agree to that, I think we'll just let it sit until it falls off after the statute of limitations. I'm really not sure what to do at that point, but we'll deal with that when it comes as well. So while we were doing all of this, we decided that since we're not actively sending money out to pay off any debts while we're waiting on this letter, that we are going to save the money that we should be paying towards debt in our debt payoff category for when we move on to the next debt agency. So just to give you a few totals for our January debt snowball, we were able to pay our mortgage, which is $1265.64, and in addition to that, we put $441.74 into our debt snowball category, waiting on the letter to come back from the debt collection agency, and also preparing for sending out the additional letters once we see how this one goes. So the last thing that I want to talk about before I end this video is our 3 goals that we set for 2021. I talked about it in our last Debt Snowball update, but just to refresh your memory, we want to save money for a car because we don't ever want to have a car payment again, and we know that our cars are going to need to be replaced at some point in the future. So if we start saving now, when it's time to purchase another car, we'll have the money ready and we can go and purchase a car without taking on any new debt. The second goal is to pay off $25,000 worth of debt in the year 2020. And the last goal is to save $10,000 for our home repair and maintenance categories. So let's take a look at our January savings. We were able to put away $1,291 for our car replacement fund, and that's basically just the money from our stimulus checks as well as $91 that we had left over from one of our budget categories. And we saved $235 towards the home repairs and maintenance category. So that brings our January savings to $1,526.55. And I think that is pretty good for the first month of 2021. So hopefully we can keep this momentum with our debt payoff as well as with our savings goals. So now I want to hear from you. How did your debt snowball go in the month of January? Let me know in the comments. That's all for this video, so be sure to give it a like and click the link on your screen right now for more well-balanced wallet content. See you there.